How's the garbage? Are you keeping the garbage good?
Yes.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
No.
No? Do I have anything in your teeth?
Mm-mm.
Your mouth is too tight for anything to get in. Oh, there you go.
This is the Eiffel Tower, right?
Yes.
It is. Okay. I've always wanted to get married like in front of the Eiffel Tower, so I was just wondering if you would marry me. You know, gotta count my money.
What's up? Hello?
Hop on, come on.
Alright.
Okay. Which way are you going?
This way.
Straight ahead. All right. So what's your name?
Emily.
Emily? My name's Juan.
Let me put it in.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
All right.
I love that.
8,
How do
0.
you add contact?
Boom! Social freedom exercises. Backing up a little bit. Let us go.
Pee.
You may.
No.
As long as you do it in the bed.
I thought it's your turn.
To pee on the bed? Is it my turn to pee on you? Would that be a social freedom exercise?
Yeah.
So, coming back to it, we said that something can happen, running through the streets naked or walking up to somebody and saying, will you marry me? As a woman, it would be a terrible thing.
Wait.
Because every guy would be like, yeah, let's do the marriage back at my place. We said this already. If you're not a totally not social person, practicing being social is being social. But we also see that as limited because the craziness quietens down and you're left with yourself. Now, what are you going to say?
Yeah, that's what it's scary.
So when we just watched that series of videos of crazy social freedom guys,
Yes.
it's very unlikely that you'll know what to say after you win the challenge. Yeah, you do the challenge, the social freedom challenge, and now what are you going to say? Most of these guys that I just showed you probably are socially lubricated enough or extroverted enough that they don't really come into that problem. But we're not dealing with them. We're dealing with you. Social freedom exercises have a very limited power to bring you home and to keep you home. But we are interested in home. That's what this video is about. So what I'm sharing with you, if not for the first time, is that there's a substratum, a foundation of home or homeness that goes beyond, that is more important, that is more foundational and fundamental than any social freedom exercise that you can do.
How's the garbage? Are you keeping the garbage good?
Yes.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
No.
No? Do I have anything in your teeth?
Mm-mm.
Your mouth is too tight for anything to get in. Oh, there you go.
Completely intuitive playfulness, spontaneously calibrated to her lack of playfulness.
It's better. Why are you looking at me like that? Why? You just walk right up to me and you start asking weird questions and then you look at me like I did something weird. Is the mouth closed? Is that a way of like not letting me in emotionally?
Kind of rude, travel bum, but honest. He's collecting real information to see if he likes her.
That's good.
Rather than downpouring information or questions so that she'll like me.
Like, is it say me or him?
Me.
So you guys stopped to do business on
Yes.
the iPhone?
And the truth is they're really just young girls waiting to feel safe.
Okay, it's your turn to ask me a question because I'm doing all the work and it's very exhausting.
It's his version of a neck. But the difference here is that he is genuinely feeling
Discerning.
about whether or not he's interested. Da-da-da-da.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna go this way and go to the cafe, but it was really, really nice to chat. I love you.
He already knows and feels that he's worthy, whole, complete. Non-dual practices help him not to worry about what effective thing he needs to say, but instead he listens to what she has to offer.
That's nice.
Okay.
Would you leave me?
No.
I'll give you some money,
Help me, please.
but you smell like so much alcohol.
No, bro.
Can I stop like that or talk? He already knows and feels that wholeness is a complete and absolute game changer for all of life interactions, decisions, creativity, and goals on this short ride on Earth.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to see you guys again.
Maybe Friday.
It's very clear to me that they have seen this tourist pickup shtick before, that they're deferring to and fortifying each other. See the way they look at each other for confirmation? Ironically, they're not at home in their own home, and it's my responsibility as a grown man to comfort and be generous to a woman because of it.
Maybe Friday. Maybe.
And I know this body language, and I know that time and place, context and comfort are everything. So I see this, learn it, and build abundance from it. In fact, I'm genuinely curious about her self-protection. I want to learn from it, to be more sensitive to them and their history. I'm taking a moment to see what kind of male and touristic trauma has ravaged the place.
I'm very interested. I want to understand your culture. You think I'm like a sex tourist?
Maybe. Who knows?
But that's a common reaction, right? It's a common suspicion. Like, oh, guy in Riga.
Yes.
The normal girls, they...
Not a stereotype, it really is. They have stereotype about the tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah, and tourists have stereotypes about local girls.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are easygoing and so on. But this is not like that.
So when I was teaching at a well-known seduction school, we used to do a series of social freedom exercises. One of the things that we did was we walked through the streets and we waved to people to sort of lubricate.
That's so sweet. Blowjobs on the street.
The guys gave everyone blowjobs. See, this is actually
Gonna help.
this is a good point you make.
Yeah, thank you.
There was
Can I show you balls?
again, that's what you should do as a social freedom exercise. This is a good point you make. There was a fraternity. Right? In order to get in, you have to do something that shows how committed you are or how crazy you are. Yeah. So the thing that they did, that they were asked to do, they brought the boys to a field, okay, and they said, go fuck those cows.
That's crazy.
And let's say there was 20 or 30 guys, and
All the
of the
cows
30
was
guys, of the 30 guys, 7 of them said, no, that's not something that I will be doing
Yeah, in this 1 hour.
in this next hour. That's not something I have in my schedule, actually. I can fit that in on Thursday. The 7 guys who said no were the 7 guys who continued on to the next level or who were accepted into the club.
And they just was waiting while other was fucking cows.
I guess. Yeah. So the 23 guys who just listened and did the crazy thing, right, to get closer to home, to literally be accepted into the house of the fraternity, they were denying themselves their own home, their own selves, their own truth. Whereas the 7 guys who said, fuck that, stayed true to themselves, were the ones who were accepted.
What if the other guys are cow fuckers inside? They're...
What if they're deeply cowfuck and we're judging them?
Yes.
Now we're judging them like,
But I want what?
but I really am.
Their milk is so sweet.
You're right. You raise a good point.
Thank you.
So, what do you think the feeling was that the guys who said no had?
This is crazy. I'm not gonna fuck the girl, no, and I can go somewhere else or just be a normal student.
Yeah, just go to school. Okay, those are ideas, that's true, but there was probably a feeling, a felt sense of certainty, a felt sense of no, which was also a yes. No, I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm gonna do me.
I'm gonna do me.
Yeah, authentic feeling. And that was one of the exercises that we did. That was one of the exercises. One of the exercises we did was, excuse me, I'm not trying to pick you up or anything, but will you be my girlfriend? Let's try it. Excuse me, I know this is strange, but I'm not weird or anything. Will you be my girlfriend?
Oh, sorry, but I'm married.
So the instructions were to go inside, to reclaim yourself for yourself, even while the woman was standing right there, that you felt the sense of, despite her rejection, I am alone. I am me. I am. And right now, doing it here with my wife in bed maybe doesn't have the same effect. But when you walk up to a stranger with this social freedom exercise, and she says, no, I'm sorry, no, and she starts to walk away, like, what is this weird guy doing? And you reclaim yourself for yourself, there's a feeling of embodiment, there's a feeling of reclamation, a feeling of home. But how do you sustain that during conversation in such a way that you really feel at home and you're not rushing your questions or rushing concern about losing her attention, so that you really truly feel it's okay, that everything's okay, that I have myself. And it's interesting because the head of the company that I was working at, he said that social freedom exercises were very informative, very helpful for him. And I believe that because he was probably ripe. In that time, he was probably perfectly ripe for this kind of recognition, this internal recognition, internal acknowledgement of I am myself, despite the person's judgment or whatever. So that insight was strong and probably helped him and continued to help him, even though he doesn't approach anyone because he's too afraid to now.
Yeah.
But
Why?
I really don't know. I think he's just socially uncomfortable, socially afraid of people.
Oh my god, he's a good head of the company. Oh my god. We're not gonna say the name. But, oh my god.
It is nevertheless true that that insight for him might have been of great value that helped him along his way. It's the same thing. It's coming home. In those moments, he felt at home. But we really want to sustain home in order to get beyond just seduction. But this is a perfect example. The fact that he doesn't to this day feel comfortable approaching, despite being the most eloquent, most genius speaker and organizer, deconstructor of seduction that I've ever encountered, is just a testament to the fact that he still hasn't integrated himself and still hasn't experienced a real non-dual experience. He still hasn't felt inclusive around other people. So that's a perfect example of how social freedom exercises work, but only to a point. The rest of it is a different approach, a different, if you like, deeper approach.
And now you feel my clay cat very close up.